Against a backdrop of continued U.S.-led coalition airstrikes on Islamic State targets, President Obama convened a UN summit highlighting the successes and the setbacks in the long-term campaign against the militant group. He noted the Islamic State, also known as ISIL, continues to take root in areas suffering from failed governance, civil war, and sectarian strife.
As a consequence of the vacuum that exists in many of these areas, ISIL has been able to dig in. They've shown themselves to be resilient, and they are very effective through social media.
To battle the extremist group in Syria, Obama on Tuesday repeated his call for a political transition away from Syrian President Bashar al-Assad.
In Syria, as I said yesterday, defeating ISIL requires, I believe, a new leader and an inclusive government that unites the Syrian people in the fight against terrorist groups. This is going to be a complex process.
The president again said the United States is willing to work with countries like Iran and Russia to ensure a political transition and the defeat of the Islamic State. Analyst David Gardenstein-Ross describes the situation as increasingly complicated.
The U.S. is leading the air campaign. The campaign on the ground is quite clearly being led by Iran, which is not coordinating with the United States. And now the effort to bolster the Assad regime in Syria, something which is not a U.S. objective, is being led by Russia. So you have multiple players in the kitchen, which does create a very volatile situation.
Obama ended his remarks at the Leaders' Summit to counter ISIL and violent extremism with a call for nations to build, quote, true partnerships with Muslim communities based on trust and cooperation to prevent people from becoming radicalized. Pande, VOA News, the United Nations.